What's good about your boy Demon and Neeyooo here? Today we're actually about to look at a short film. Well, I ain't gonna say it's a short film, like a short little horror story. Called Someone Tried to Break Into My House. Now, for all those kids, which I always know, I know summer breaks about to hit. You know, we got kids, everybody getting out of school this week, especially by Friday, and is that some kids are actually about to be left at home alone, especially if you're at the age of 12 or older. So, yeah, we need to start paying attention to this stuff. So, without further ado, let's get at it. Let's go.
I am a 16-year-old girl. Years ago, in the summer, I left my place in the city to visit my aunt and uncle's house in the suburbs of New Jersey. I mainly went to hang out with my cousin. Let's call her Kate. My cousin and I are 3 years apart. My aunt and uncle both worked in Manhattan. One day, my aunt and uncle decided to attend a party after work. During the day, Kate and I went down to the street to her friend's house because they had a pool. We spent all day swimming. When we walked back to her house, it was around 4 p.m. It was still sunny out. All of a sudden, Kate's phone stopped working. Nothing to worry about. I still had mine and it was brand new. We spent another hour outside and figured it was time to call my aunt to tell her we were okay. On the steps, I pulled my phone out, but it was not working.
Yeah, jammer.
We took the battery out, put it back in, but still nothing. With no way to call my aunt, we just went inside the house. It was maybe 5 p.m. Kate's older sister, Julie, a high schooler, was spending the night at her friend's house, so we were all alone. In the living room, we put the two sofas together as we normally did when I slept over. We were both tired and ready to sleep. We had been left alone like this a lot of times, so it didn't faze us. The house is big and gets pitch black. All of a sudden, we heard a big bang that sounded like brass or metal coming from across the hall. We got up and checked Kate's room. Nothing had fallen. We went back to the living room to sleep.
Really?
Maybe 2 hours later, we heard another bang coming from the room. We checked again, nothing had fallen. This time, we were a little unnerved. We went back but stayed up, and shortly heard a bang a third time coming from the same room. We were nervous. We went on opposite sides of the hallway and walked in the room this time like a little SWAT team. Everything was intact. We couldn't sleep after. We stayed up on the sofas and saw a shadow coming from the basement. The basement had no door. It was just open. No one was home yet. We called out for Kate's parents, and if they were home, they would have said something. Their driveway was empty. Their car wasn't there. We were terrified. Kate and I grabbed knives, and we just stayed down on the kitchen floor. Nothing happened. After another hour, we went back to the sofas. We woke up to the sound of a girl screaming, "Help me!" We sprang up and heard someone banging on the door, but we were too petrified because we saw another shadow next to the shadow from earlier. Terrified, we just made sure the door was locked and went back to the sofa.
Really?
After 30 minutes, we were woken up again, but this time to a police car and ambulance lights coming through from the living room windows. We were exhausted and went back to sleep. Sometime during the early morning, Kate's parents came home. We were sleeping and heard a huge bang coming from Kate's room. This time, my uncle came up from the basement, which is where my aunt and uncle's room was. He was holding one of his metal bats. He was ready to protect us. With my uncle in front of us, we all went into the room. Nothing was on the ground and nothing had fallen. We knew we weren't crazy because even Kate's parents heard it. We never could explain what happened that night. The next morning, both Kate and my phone started working. After that day, I hated going to their house. I believe their house is haunted. Either that or someone was trying to come inside because they knew their car wasn't in the driveway and they thought they could break in.
So let me get this straight. You hear a noise. You go check it out. Nothing. You go back to sleep. You hear it a second time. Nothing. You go back to the sofa and lay down. You hear the noise again. Nothing. You go back to the sofa and try to go back to sleep again. Then you finally hear and see something at the basement window doors are opening. Not once, but twice. And instead of you running out the house or going to try to find cops or something, or better yet, because I'm pretty sure they have a landline, call the police. You run, grab a knife, and then sit on the side, and then go back to the sofa to try to go to sleep. And then when you hear cops pull up, you don't go out there to let them know that's what you heard or what was going on. You stayed inside and went back to sleep. And how dumb are you? One, you're 16. Your cousin was 19. 9 times out of 10, all three are in high school. Then when the parents get there, they check the room once. Nothing. But nobody bothers to try to check outside, check through the windows to see if anything was out there. Nobody bothers to check the garage, anything. You just check that one room. Again, how dumb are you? But it raised the fact that where summertime, kids out of school, kids are about to be at home. If you have a curfew, which you're really starting to, kids these days need to really start getting set curfews to be inside at a certain time, because there's too many weird people out here at night. Start getting home, lock your doors, stay your asses inside. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got too many things going on right now. Stay your butts inside. Get, and unless you have a parent or guardian around you, or an older sibling, or a cousin, or whoever, older relative, you kids under the age of 12 or technically under the age of 16 do not need to be outside at all. That's just my part. But anyway, I'm gonna end it right there. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. Please be sure to comment, like, and subscribe. And to the next video, I'm gonna see you when I see you. How does your boy? Peace.